Ukraine's NATO ally has just hit the panic button following Russia's biggest assault on Kiev in recent months. Air raid sirens echo across a NATO nation as Europe braces for what many fear could be Putin's next move. Poland launches a massive airstrike simulation as regional tensions continue spiraling toward a dangerous new phase. As Ukraine remains under relentless Russian bombardment, Poland quietly prepares for the possibility of direct conflict. Amid escalating tensions with Russia, several NATO nations are now shifting onto a wartime footing and preparing for potential conflict. Across Poland, warning sirens echoed through multiple regions as part of a large-scale nationwide inspection of emergency alarm systems. On July 12, Poland carried out a nationwide siren exercise under the codename Alarm 2026 to test emergency readiness. The alarm network was activated to simulate the threat of a large-scale aerial strike targeting Polish territory, according to reports. The Alarm 2026 drill forms part of Poland's nationwide preparedness program in the event a wider European war erupts. Poland has also begun a fresh series of military exercises, with the large-scale drills reportedly commencing on July 20th. The training will reportedly involve Poland's regular soldiers, military patrols, and a wide range of combat equipment across multiple locations. The heightened preparations follow a The Telegraph report claiming the United States warned Poland about a possible Russian attack. Washington reportedly informed Warsaw that Russia could potentially launch strikes against Polish territory if tensions continue escalating. Poland's foreign minister has also cautioned that Russia could stage some provocation aimed at raising regional instability, according to reports. Meanwhile, relations between Poland and Ukraine are growing increasingly strained after Russia released controversial World War I-era historical details. Russia released the declassified documents, claiming they reveal details about wartime activities carried out by Ukrainian nationalist groups and their alleged involvement in violence against civilians during the Second World War period. The files reportedly describe the activities of an organization of Ukrainian nationalists unit led by Dmytro Kupiak, who was also known by the nickname Clay, according to Russian archival records. Russian documents claim that the unit carried out attacks against Polish and Soviet nationals, accusing the group of killing civilians and targeting villages during the conflict. The released material alleges that Polish residents were specifically targeted during raids carried out in areas of western Ukraine, where ethnic tensions and wartime violence were particularly intense. The move comes as Poland observes a day of remembrance for victims of the Ukrainian Insurgent Army, or UPA, with Warsaw continuing to highlight the historical suffering of Polish civilians during the period. Polish estimates say that around 100,000 civilians were killed during the Volhynia massacres between 1943 and 1944, a period that remains one of the most disputed chapters in Polish-Ukrainian history. Poland officially recognizes the Volhynia massacres as genocide, while Ukraine continues to honor the UPA as a movement that fought for Ukrainian independence against occupying forces. The legacy of the OUN and UPA remains a highly sensitive and controversial subject in Ukraine-Poland relations, with both countries holding different interpretations of the group's historical roles. The dispute over these wartime events has become a major diplomatic issue between Warsaw and Kiev, affecting discussions over historical memory and bilateral relations. Last month, Polish President Karol Nawrocki removed Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky from Poland's highest honor list, a move seen as reflecting growing tensions over unresolved historical disagreements. Polish President Karol Nawrocki has revoked the Order of the White Eagle that had previously been awarded to Volodymyr Zelensky, marking a significant development in relations between the two countries. The move followed Kiev's decision to honor a military unit that uses traditions associated with the UPA. The issue has reignited long-standing historical tensions between Poland and Ukraine. Zelensky granted the title Heroes of the UPA to a special operations unit in late May. The recognition drew criticism from several political figures in Poland. The UPA was the armed wing of the Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists during World War II. The group remains a highly controversial part of the region's history. Poland holds the UPA responsible for mass killings of Poles, Jews, and other minorities during the war. These events continue to shape historical debates between the two nations. Nawrocki said that historical truth cannot become a bargaining chip in political relations. He stressed that certain historical issues should not be compromised for diplomatic reasons. The Polish president also said that preserving the memory of the victims remains a moral duty of the Polish state. He described remembrance as a responsibility owed to future generations. Nawrocki stated that at least 100,000 Polish citizens were killed by the UPA. He cited this figure while explaining his opposition to honoring the group. He further described Ukraine's glorification of the organization as insulting and deeply disappointing. According to Nawrocki, such actions undermine efforts to build mutual understanding. Not just Poland. NATO members including Germany and the United Kingdom are also stepping up military preparations amid mounting fears of a wider confrontation. Germany has officially raised its national security posture to a high threat level, citing mounting risks of potential attacks and hostile activity. Germany's Interior Minister announced the sweeping security upgrade on July 18th, marking a major shift in the country's defensive stance. Berlin said the decision followed a steady increase in intelligence assessments and multiple reports pointing to a deteriorating security environment. German authorities warned that critical infrastructure, public institutions, and ordinary citizens could all face heightened risks under the new threat landscape. Interior Minister Alexander Dobrindt declared that the risk of attacks must be reckoned with at all times, according to Reuters. Dobrindt further revealed that German security agencies have already detected and monitored multiple alleged attack plots targeting Berlin. Beyond Germany, the United Kingdom has also begun shifting onto a war footing, stepping up preparations amid growing fears of confrontation with Russia.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.